They live their lives into the resignation of the options which are using them. I'm inviting you, given that you've now perhaps recognized as superstitions some of the superstitions which were using you, I'm inviting you to create a question like an opening, not like looking for an answer, but like an opening. I'm inviting you to create a question into which to live your life. A question in which your everyday concerns show up in the question. Same everyday concerns you've always had, but now instead of showing up in the resignation and the options, I'm inviting you to the other promise in transformation, besides these openings, besides these freedoms, a like way of being empowered. A question that gives direction to your living, where the everyday concerns and your everyday being in the world are the material with which you are asking the question. To live into such a question is not to live into the resignation into which we wake up. Please notice I haven't recommended that you now have a new belief which wakes you up. Rather, I've invited you to create a question out in front of your life into which you can live your life, and in which question, like a possibility, like an opening, not like a question looking for an answer, but like a question, like a possibility, like an opening, in which your everyday being in the world can show up and your everyday concerns for living can show up. So that's the front of the hand and the back of the hand of transformation. The front of the hand is to engage in these questions in such a way that they show up as breaking opens, freedoms, empowerment in the face of your everyday concerns, your everyday being in the world. The other side of the possibility of transformation is to create a space for yourself in which to live that enlivens your living, that allows you to live a possibility instead of a set of options. Now, I know it's a little frightening in actually doing it. So if you stand in front of a blank canvas, you can create. And standing in front of a blank canvas is frightening. Most people are way more comfortable living with the strategies which the options present for them. It takes courage to live into the opening of a question. And it transforms the quality of one's life in very practical, hard-headed, being effective in the world ways, and in addition, in opening up life as a possibility rather than as a given set of options. So I'm leaving you in front of a blank canvas. I'm not leaving you with a message. I'm not leaving you with an answer. I'm not leaving you with a prescription. I'm not leaving you any better than you were when you walked in. I'm not leaving you improved. I'm leaving you with a blank canvas, with an invitation. What we're talking about is a little bit like an example I'm going to give you out of evolution. We're told that life began as a bit of protoplasm in a tropical sea, and if you add eons of time, you get life all over the sea in many various forms and so on and so forth. That's what we're told. We're told that life in the sea has evolved to cover every niche and cranny in the sea. So there's life all over the sea, from the top to the bottom, from fresh to salt, from one sea to another. And then there's this story about a fish who walks up on land, and I say that that's not evolution. That is to say, that happens in an instant compared to evolution. And in that instant, elephants and eagles come into existence like a possibility. For me, the possibility, the opening, the freedom, the chance to live with those concerns, with those questions, makes life an enormous privilege. So being here tonight with you is for me a very profound privilege. And for that privilege, I want to thank you. Good night. Thank you. Thank you very much.
The producer of The Heart of the Matter was Michael Portis for